The first ministerial team after several working groups meeting held in the past weeks. Development working groups resolving global challenges in solidarity. In pursuit of sustainable goals and shaping inclusive sustainable future, the minister in the presidency says they have had a lengthy discussion on mechanisms to be implemented.
And we are actually excited precisely because this is one of the priorities that Brazil already had. So it means that we are actually continuing with what Brazil has put in place. We are actually going to make sure that whatever it is that was agreed upon in Brazil and the new things that we're putting in place would then now be able to deal with hunger, would also be able to deal with issues of gender, in particular women emancipation, because there is a clear agreement that indeed if you empower women, you would then now be able to deal with some of those issues. So the issue of social protection floors that each country must contribute to, and we don't have to wait for development to actually do that, has actually been at the core of what we're discussing here today. It's actually the only priority where there was no disagreement at all. The other two priorities, there have been disagreements here and there, but on this one of social protection floors that deals with hunger, deals with issues of employment, and deal with issues of development, in particular of women. We have all agreed upon it, and there are measures that are put in place to have accountability as it relates to progress that needs to be put in place.
The delegates from different countries also shared their views on the development discussions.
Social protection and the illicit financial flows really central for the G20 agenda, because we have to achieve the 2030 agenda. Without social protection, we cannot, because part of the core principle of the 2030 agenda, the SDGs, is to leave no one behind. Social protection is about leaving no one behind, but also increasingly we have multiple shocks that are affecting a lot of people, particularly the vulnerable, the women, the informal sectors who are not yet centralized in development policy. So we need a special measure that captures the needs of these people, and we need to support countries to be able to provide it, but particularly for Africa, where we have such a low coverage. Less than 20% of Africans are covered by social protection. So this is critical for South Africa's presidency. In terms of UNDP support through the integrated financing strategies, the INFFs we call them, we really think that finance should be at the heart of achieving development goals, sustainable development and inclusive development. Unless we can finance development, it's a non-starter.
So they may have impact on world economy, trade, finance, development. The best G20 can do is to depoliticize its work and concentrate on certain priorities, which South African presidency luckily and very brilliantly did, choosing the priorities for the summit, for its presidency, and choosing priority for this ministerial meeting.
The Mpumalanga Premier has urged delegates to invest in the province.
We assured them that the money that they are going to invest here, their workers, even their profit, that will be safe here in Mpumalanga, because we are fighting corruption here in Mpumalanga. So we'll ensure that all the investors that they will be investing here in our country, not only here in Mpumalanga and South Africa, that we will level the playing field for them to come and invest here. Already, we are also removing all the red tape. So the money that they are going to invest here in this country will yield positive results for the people of Mpumalanga.
The G20 Development Ministerial meeting concluded today. Nhlamulo, Mabasa, SABC News, Kruger National Park.